Hello, yeah, welcome back to C Fashion Academy. Today I'll be teaching us how to take a jumpsuit measurement. Please, I want you to make sure you watch this video to the end so as to uncover all the secrets. And also, I want you to make sure you click on that like button, make sure you subscribe. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Like I said, we'll be cutting a jumpsuit, but before we cut a jumpsuit, I'm going to teach us how to measure for a jumpsuit, the right way to measure for a jumpsuit. Okay, so this is actually my own method. There are different ways to measure for a jumpsuit. There are even formulas for all jumpsuits. Okay, but today I'll be using this particular method, which I call the half length method of measurement. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have my elastic here. I'm going to be making use of this thing you're seeing here. Look at it. So first thing we are going to do, we are first going to, take this now here. We are first going to, as you can see, she's trying to put this thing on her half length, where exactly she wants the half length to be. The half length, that is where she wants the joining of the jumpsuit to stop. Okay, is it this part? Yeah. Do you want it like this? Okay, so now we have to position it very well. So as you can see, next thing we're also going to do is what? I'm also going to give her this one for her to wear, so as to get our what? Crotch length. So wear. Okay, so as you can see, it will not stop here. We have to do what? Take it up. Okay. Now looking at this side, as you can see, this is her crotch length. Are you seeing it? So now if you are placing it, please, I don't advise you to do what? To go very close to the what? Crotch length like this. Do you understand? I want you to come down a little bit, like with ½ inch or 1 inch. This serves as the what? For ease. Okay, so after we are done now, what we are going to do is to do what? Proceed with our measurement. As you guys can see, this is our measurement. From here to here is for the what? The upper body's measurement. As you can see, while from here to here is for the what? The trouser, which when you jump both of them together gives you the what? The jumpsuit. Okay, so we are going to start from shoulder. Okay, so we all know that if you want to measure shoulder, measuring on shoulder is you keep your tape from you measure from the what? The left collarbone to the what? Right collarbone. The collarbone is that joining. Are you seeing it? The joint which the hand is joined to the what? Shoulder. Okay. Okay. The shoulder is 15 inches. Come and write it down for me. You're writing it down for me. 15 inches. So what's next? The bust length and the what? The round bust. Okay, so let's first of all go to the round bust. Okay, as you can see, measuring the round bust here is what? 35 inches. Okay, now let's measure the round under bust. As you can see, the round under bust is 29.5. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now let's measure the under bust length. Okay. When you're measuring under bust length, take the tape from the what? Shoulder, this part. Are you seeing it? Make sure you pass through the what? The nipple point down to the what? Under bust. Okay, so now the under bust length is what? 13 inches. Okay, so and the bust length is what? Please, can you really show us the bust length? So now, as you can see, the nipple point in this case is what? 9.5. Look at it very well. The nipple point in this case is what? 9.5. While the under bust length is what? 13 inches. Okay, so next thing we are going to measure, please don't remove your tape. Next thing we are going to measure is the what? We are going to measure the what? The half length. This is very, very important. Look at it. Take your tape to this side. Are you seeing it? Make sure that the under bust is relaxed here. Look at it. Okay, even if this one goes down, it doesn't really matter. Are you seeing it? Even if this one goes down, make sure you hold this part firm. Now look at it very well. What are we having here? What we are having here is what? 15.5. Are you seeing it? 15.5. Okay, that is where the half length is. Okay, so write it down. What else is remaining there?
Grand half length.
Okay, so what else is remaining is what? The round half length. So place your tape round according to where this elastic is. Are you seeing it? Make sure you measure very well. So what we have here is what? 29. You could remember the underboss, round underboss is what? 29.5. Why the round half length, which is the waist, round waist is what? 29 inches. Okay. So next thing now, are you seeing it? We are done measuring the upper part. But please, I want to let you know something. Don't shift this thing till you finish the measurement. Don't even touch it. Because if you touch it, it will affect other measurements. Do you understand? So now let's measure for the trouser, for the jumpsuit. Okay. So in order to measure the trouser, we start with what? We start with the hip length. Okay. So now measuring the hip length, stay from this same point. Are you saying it? From this same point. Please look at it now. When I say measuring the hip, you don't start from the down part of the what? Elastic. Stay from the what? Upper part. Okay. Start from the upper part. Now measure to the what? Hip. Now as you can see, the hip length of this particular this thing is what? Look at it very well. Is what? 10 inches. Are you seeing it? From the half length, you measure the what? Hip length, which is what? 10 inches. Okay. Now measuring the crotch length. Look at it very well. Measuring the crotch length. In this case is how many? Look at it very well. Is what? 12 inches. Please, this is as a result of how we placed our elastic. Do you understand? Do you understand? If you bring this thing down, the measurement is going to do what? Increase. Look at it again. The hip length is what? 10 inches. Are you seeing it? Why the crotch length? The crotch length is distance from the what? Waistline or the half length to where this crotch part. Are you seeing it? So what we have is what? 12 inches. Okay. So we also go down to measure our knee length. Knee length in this case, please, if the person is wearing a trouser, you make sure you touch in order to get the what? The knee. So is this your knee? Okay, so as you can see, knee length in this case is what? 23 inches. Look at it. Are you seeing it? 23 inches. Okay, we also go to the what? The trouser length. Okay. So now the trouser length, depending on how you want the jumpsuit to appear, if you want it to hang, you can stop your measurement here. But if you want it to touch on the floor, maybe because you are going to wear a very high heel shoe, you understand? So you also measure that way. So looking at it, our length in this case, okay, we are actually going to use, the length we are going to use is, okay, let's use 38 inches because of our material, paper we are going to use and cut. But for you guys, please, I want you to make sure you measure exactly what you want. Okay, if you want to measure it, are you seeing at this point whereby we have this thing, that's where you actually do what? Measure your thigh. Okay, so in order to measure the thigh, as you can see, so you can see for the thigh, what I have here is what? 23. Now look at it, it's not too tight. Are you seeing it? That's what I have here is what? 23. But if you want to measure fitted thigh, obviously what I have here, let's say is what? 22.5. Okay, so write it there. What I have is what? 20. No. Let's use. Okay, let's use 23. Write down 23. Okay. Is there any other part remaining?
Round crotch.
Okay, so the next thing remaining is the what? The round hip. I think you've not put the round hip.
Yes.
Okay, so the round hip, in order to measure the round hip, take it around the person's hip this way. Just make sure you always observe your measurement from the side, not from the center like this. Rather what? From the side. Make sure you observe your measurement so as to see where is. As you can see, take your tape this way to be sure that the person can be able to wear and also remove the trouser. Okay, as you can see, what we have here is what? 38 inches. That is the what? The round hip. Okay, so the last and final one we have to do is what? To measure the round crotch. Now, which one is actually the round crotch? Now, look at it. Round crotch is the distance. Look at it. You ask the person to open her leg like this. Are you seeing it? So when the person opens her leg, now turn your back this. Are you seeing it? Now take the tape, make sure that it is touching. Are you seeing it? Touching on this particular one. Are you seeing it? That is where your hand is going to be. Look at it very well. Now turn front. Then you now take this one. Look at it. What do we have? 31. Are you seeing it? So this is actually the what? The round crotch. Please, we use this round crotch not just to cut, but we also use this to what? To cross check when we finish cutting. Do you understand? Okay. Is there any other one remaining? Okay, I think at least we still have the what? The round knee. Okay, for you to measure the round knee, especially when you are cutting maybe like a straight cut trouser or maybe like a pencil trouser, you measure the what? The round knee. Okay, for you to measure the round knee, look at it now. Look at how you measure your round knee. Make sure you place your tape. If you like, you can place it fitted. If you like, you can give allowance. Now, but see what I'm going to do. If you are placing it fitted, now look at what you do. Let's say the fitted is 15. Now you now ask the person to bend her leg. Look at it, bend the leg. Are you seeing? As the person is bending the leg, as you can see, the tape is actually moving. Are you seeing it? So at the end of the day, what are we having here? 16 1/4. Are you seeing it? So that means the round knee is what? 16 1/4. Are you seeing it? Make sure you place it firm. Look at it. When you place it very firm, if you place it very firm like this, you ask make sure one of your finger is inside. Then you now ask the person to do what? Bend the leg. Are you seeing? When the person now bends the leg, you now see it moving. Are you seeing it? You now see it moving. Now look at what do we have? 16 1/4. So that's how to measure here. So the last and final one is what? Measuring the what? The round ankle. That is most cases whereby you are making a what? A pencil jumpsuit. Do you understand? Okay. So measuring that one, look at it. Take it. Okay, look at it. Take it very well. Now see, when you want to measure, now look at this. This part is very, very important. Now some persons will be like, I want my own to be very fitted, or I want it to be fitted like this. Do you understand? So when you are talking about fitting like this, please always know that you must be working with what? Stretchy material, or maybe it has a zip by the side. Do you understand? But if none of those two are, if you are not working on any of those two, whether with stretchy material or with zip at the side, please, you are not allowed to use that method, because there is no way you can actually wear the when you are wearing the jumpsuit. There's no way your leg can, this part can actually pass in order to get to this point. So normally, if you are not working with stretchy material, it's advised to work like this. Let's say you need 11 inches. You now ask yourself, can this 11 really pass? You understand? Try as much as possible to see whether it will pass here. If it cannot pass, are you seeing it? Next thing you need to do is to do what? Increase it. Let's say we increase it to 12. At the end of the day, you are sure that it's going to do what? Pass. Do you understand? So that's how you get your pencil, the round ankle of the pencil trouser. Also, I also want you to know that it's possible that this 11 inches can pass on a fabric, because fabric is not the same thing as what? Tape. But I'm just giving you guys how to really get the what? The real measurement. Okay, is it well understood? Okay, like I said, this is called the what? The half length method. The method whereby you want to make a jumpsuit, you measure the what? From shoulder to the what? Half length separate. Then from half length for the trouser to the what? The down part, you measure separate. There are also different methods which you can also use. You can also use the full method. Method that we don't even measure. See, look at full method is method we measure from shoulder down to the what? Down part. Do you understand? There is also the one I call the formula method. This is the one that you use what? Calculation in order to get your what? Hip length. Are you seeing this hip length that we have here? Are you seeing it? We probably have what? Like 12 inches. Do you understand? You can also use a formula to get it. The formula is what? The round hip divided by 4 plus 3 inches. That 3 inches is for the what? For the ease. Do you understand? Okay, that's how you get the what? The crotch length. So that is it. Okay, let's go on.